What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Natty Baps.
Your boy Shabazz, so we the
The
Baptiste
Bros.
Bros.
Hold on, that was good.
Yeah, we working on it. We working on it. We working
Hold on, yo. Back. We got week 9 in the books, fresh off of both our teams winning, which hasn't happened since like week 2. um, yeah, recap analysis. We go through all the games, talk about what happened, things to look for, things that like in the future, like this might be a trend that you should notice in terms of sports betting, etc., etc. How you feeling, my brother? How you feeling, bro?
I feel vindicated. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling smooth. Feeling so smooth, by the way. Just chilling, bro. We just vibing, man. We vibing right now. You know what I'm saying? We humble with it though. I could easily be obnoxious and shit.
You easily could be.
But for right now, oh,
yo, why they always doing that to you? Why stream your
my hands in like under his, huh? Other than that, though, we chilling, man. Feeling good. Good day at work. We vibing. I mean,
we love government mandated days off because of freaking election day. So I was chilling.
Yeah, we ain't put the odds in the chat, son.
I was catching up on my animes, son. Finally watched One Piece, caught up to that JJK. After this, I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan and go to sleep.
Nice.
That's all I really gotta say. It took a nap. I felt fantastic. But yeah, we back. We here. We're gonna go through all the games. But before we begin, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get right. I'm hyped, but like I'm just like we trying to be humble, you know. We trying to be mellow today.
Bro, I was ass this week, man.
I was fantastic. I went 10-3. And the 3 losses were Dolphins, which we're gonna get to, the Rams without Matthew Stafford, which probably should have saw that coming, and then I bet on freaking Mac Daddy Jones, and he let me down. But everything else, I called to a T. So not necessarily the spread, just straight up who's gonna win. Let's talk about it. It's Thursday night football last week. We had Steelers. They took care of business at the very end of the game, like Kenny Pickett always does. He's ass for 3 quarters against the Titans, and then all of a sudden, bam! They come back. They take care of business. Najee Harris showing up had like 15 points of fantasy, which I benched him. Probably could have used him in that upset against Fred. First before we continue, I'm like so bad in fantasy this year, and in the league that I care about the most, but I win all my other matchups. Like my other leagues, I'm like 6-2 or like 6-3, 7-2. Like I'm fantastic. In the big money league, I am what 2-7. Just pain.
Burger.
Just pain. But we're gonna come back. We're gonna rally. We're gonna win this week. I don't know who we got, but we're gonna finish the season strong. We're gonna go undefeated. You heard it here first. Undefeated. Anyway, back to the Steelers. Steelers defense they carry. Will Levis he's a rookie, so he made some like questionable decisions in terms of throws. No, he didn't throw any interceptions. No, he threw an interception at the very end of the game. But overall, like I was like, oh, Mike Tomlin's gonna have something for him, and for the most part, he kind of like he just kept getting sacked because the offensive line for the Titans is ass. Derrick Henry couldn't really get going. D Hop got it was overall it was a meh game. It was meh on both sides. Some plays were made. Deontay Johnson finally got to the end zone after like 2 years, which is insane. Like, bro, there's like this is the last quarterback before Kenny Pickett to throw him a touchdown. Then, like, how does that happen? So someone of his talent, George Pickens, what are you doing, my brother? Apparently, you saw that he like put here like tweet or like retweeted something about like free Pickens or something like that. My man's like, even Mike Tomlin was like, oh, they asked him about those comments, and he was like, that's like pebble in my shoe, inconvenient, but it ain't the end of the world. So I love Mike Tomlin. Oh, I don't know what to think of either team. It was a short week, it's short install. I mean, for the Steelers, you're 5-3, right? You're like damn, like you're in the playoffs. We're gonna talk about at the very end of the show the playoff picture and like what needs to happen for some teams to sneak in. But I know, thought about that on the spot. But I got real no thoughts about this game. The defense carries as the subtitle suggests, and Steelers win.
The game was we been getting some ass Thursday nighters, but in 2 weeks,
What you know? What next week is?
this week
Panthers Bears.
yeah, that's horrible. Worry about the week after. The week after though. Ravens, Bengals, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta go through this trashness to get some bliss, you know what I'm saying? Get some bliss in there. But this game, it kind of ended the way you expected. A lot of teams got to implement the no huddle, I guess tempo. Let the quarterback, especially for a rookie, he's not able to see the field like that. He's not able to see it on his second start. Well, not even his first start. He came in a little bit like it's weird. It's stuff like that that just really throws you off. And I don't know. Steelers, they're winning these games. I think they've been outgained in every single game.
Mm-hmm.
But they find ways to win. And that goes to defense and that goes to coaching because it's like, bro, like how you get outgained in every game. Kenny Pickett used to look ask for every 3 quarters, but then our 4th quarter he'll make a play here and there and keep the motherfuckers in the game, and then TJ Watt carries it and takes it over the rest. So no one wants to play Pittsburgh because they're just pesky, bro. Like they're just annoying, and like that's all I gotta say about them. Now London, I was disappointed. I said Germany, sorry. Disappointed. I was expecting fireworks. I was expecting, teams to go crazy against each other. But yet, when push came to shove, it was very anticlimactic. Like, first half was all Chiefs, second half was all Dolphins. I was hoping for, Chiefs open the touchdown. Rasheed Rice, calm. Dolphins answer back. I'm thinking back to back, but nah.
Dolphins didn't answer back till they didn't score till like the third quarter.
They didn't score till the third. It was 21-0 in the halftime. We're like, what the hell? But if you're both teams, you're concerned. Like Nick Wright is blindly optimistic, which he should be because he's a homer, right? But if you're the Dolphins, you said it last week, they can't beat good teams. And they, once again, can't beat a good team. Now they're on a bye week, which it's a chance to like course correct and figure out and get healthy and figure out like what the hell is wrong with us. I think it's Tua. Like for all the yards he can get, he can't improvise. He can't be the guy to like a Mahomes or Lamar or Burrow and Allen. He's not mobile. He's accurate as hell, but when you underthrow a deep ball, he's wide open. He could possibly get into the end zone and Cedric Wilson to tie the game. You can't do that. And then you take the eye off the ball for 1 second, and 1 second means oh shit, and then you get in sacked to lose the game. Like it's stuff like that though. Like you can't improvise, you can't do anything else. All you see is your first read, and that doesn't work, you asked out. You don't want to extend the play. You can't extend the play because you got freaking Chris Jones on your ass.
Accurate.
So he has to be better. Tyreek is gonna be Tyreek. Waddle needs to have a consistent game back. Like he had one good game and then he fell off again. And Kansas City's defense is top 3, top 4 this season. They're top 2 in points allowed, which is good for them. But at the same time, we're like, their star player is Chris Jones. They have a bunch of like B to B plus players all around, but their A plus player is Chris Jones, and he's carrying the load. He's putting that pressure, and the defense is following through. Kansas City, if Travis Kelce only gets 14 yards and you win the game, you're happy. But a lot of teams they're figuring something out. they're making it difficult for the Chiefs to because they only scored 14 offensive points.
Yeah.
And Miami's defense isn't like the best out here. So I mean, Ramsey coming back and Xavier Howard both coming back being healthy. That's a huge thing if you're Miami. Like, okay, this is awesome. But for y'all only scored a 14, like yo, like they can't stop the run. Miami can't stop the run, and you really rarely ran with Isaiah Pacheco.
Right.
Like, and it's little things like that. Like, I'm not concerned because the wide receivers will get right. You're in November. By the time January comes, because you'll be in the playoffs and all that, you'll get better by then. But for right now, you're like, this is what we watching. And this goes to show you, like, yo, they're winning these games. And you're like, damn, you just know in the back, like as a Ravens fan, I know in the back of my mind, these motherfuckers can flip that switch real quick and end up dropping 35 a game.
But so you say that, right? But I'm not gonna talk to you about the defense. The defense is legit. I'm not gonna talk about Mahomes. I'm not gonna talk because Nick Wright, he said everything. Oh, do you trust the best quarterback in the game? Yes, Mahomes is the best quarterback in the game. Andy Reid, arguably the best coach in the game right now. If not your favorite, then top three at the very least, top three, right? Defense, statistically, and also just off of like pure performance, top three. If top five, I'll put others in front of them. Ravens, Cleveland, rather, Saints. You know, there are other defenses. I'm like, yeah, I'll take over the Chiefs, but not a lot. Travis Kelce, one of the best weapons in all of football. They can't put teams away. That's my thing. They can't put teams away. If you're able to keep it close, now again, I trust Mahomes, not necessarily with my life because he don't even know me like that. But I trust the Chiefs, right? When push comes to shove, if they're trailing by 3, I trust Patrick Mahomes to go down the field and go make a play and go win us the draft. Go win this game. I trust that. But I don't know. I said this before about the Eagles defense, and I was kind of vindicated as well because Dak Prescott had the game of his freaking life. And we're gonna talk about that, and even though it's a game of inches. You can't keep having teams hang around, right? And we're going to talk about my team as well, like later on. But you can't have teams, we can put them away and you don't. You keep fucking around and you're going to find out eventually. Maybe not today, maybe not next week off of your bye. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you'll come to the Super Bowl. But having a game where you can put them away and you can't because your receivers can't get open. I think they only had 45 total yards in the second half.
Yeah.
45 total yards in the second half. If without that scoop and score, pick six, whatever kind of defensive play that Trent McDuffie had, that's a 14-14 game. And you can't get anything going. You can't close out the game because you don't want to run the ball. Like, what? There's something's going to come to shove where they're going to double Travis Kelce, like they did on the last play. They're going to double him, and Mahomes has to get the ball out because he doesn't trust anybody else. It's not, again, the Chiefs are going to win. They're going to win games. They're going to win the division because the division sucks. They'll be fine, like regular season-wise. But when it comes to, do I trust this team over this team? Right now, oh my God, don't be shocked when I say this. I trust the Ravens over the Chiefs right now.
Yeah.
I said this before the season started. I said Ravens Saints Super Bowl is an actual possibility. Not because I'm a homer, not because I want us to finally have a matchup that we can talk shit to each other for the rest of time, but genuinely speaking, that defense and the old moniker in the NFL is what? What wins championships? Defense, running game. You can have a great defense, fine. But Lamar Jackson hasn't had a breakout performance in a few weeks now, but he hasn't needed to. They were able to
say that Raven talk. Say that Raven talk for the game, man. Say that Raven talk for the Raven.
Point is, with the Chiefs, you have a fantastic defense that generates turnovers and keeps things covered. But the Broncos last week beat y'all. Why? Because no other receivers can get open. And if you double Travis Kelce, you have to have other guys beat you. That's not that's not something that's sustainable. And that's going to be their downfall. Maybe not this week. They can't lose a bye week. Maybe not when they come back and play the Eagles. Not even in the playoff. Maybe not in the Super Bowl against the Saints. But it's gonna come down to eventually Mahomes has to be Mahomesian or Superman, and he might not be able to because no receivers is open, and Travis Kelsey's doubled. So who knows? But we'll talk about the Ravens and all that good stuff in like a couple games. Next, start of the Sunday afternoon slate: Vikings, Joshua Dobbs, the pastronaut, as
The
people call
fatal
him.
killer.
I've never heard that phrase ever said, but I'll take your word for it. Firstly, I said the Falcons because the Falcons fucking suck, bro. Bro, I talk about putting teams away and they don't put teams away. I think they won a turnover battle. They had way more yards. Bijan Robinson, free him. Free him. He's like a Maserati in a garage that's like a mobile home, bro. Bro, you're not even gonna use him. Arthur Smith, I think, wants to get fired, bro. I genuinely think he wants to get fired, and it's sad. It's a sad shame. But Josh Dobbs, bro, again, if you haven't heard anything about him, this guy is like an astronaut, like astrophysicist dude, like super smart. He's like a journeyman. He's like the next Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's getting traded team to team and like wins some games and keeps things afloat until the next guy comes in. But Josh Dobbs comes in literally on Tuesday. No idea what the playbook is. He did not do any install, no practice, no nothing. He was just there for vibes. And the rookie that they Jalen Hood, Hull, I think that's his name, gets hurt. Josh Dobbs comes in and he has a fumble, like the fumble six in the first series that he's in the game. Steadies the ship. They start, they get a safety. The Falcons get a safety. Like this is a 31-28 normal football score, but none of this game was normal. None of the first half was normal. It was like 11-3 at one point, and I'm like, okay, this is gross. But Josh Dobbs, Hawkinson, also KJ Osborne like left the game with a nasty concussion. I hope he's okay. Vikings win, and they're 5-4, and people thought their season was going to be over. And that in the whack ass NFC, 9-8 can get you in the playoffs. And I don't know if you're going to win you the Super Bowl because it's really top heavy. You feel me? With the top four teams, winning the divisions. You feel me? And the bum ass Cowboys, but that's not even there. Vikings hold float. They take care of business for me because again, like you say, you fade the AFC South, AFC North, rather your division. No matter if you lose, I'm always going against the NFC South. Fuck them. So thank you, Minnesota, for taking care of business. And Josh Dobbs, you are a hero to Minnesota. Now you can be consistent. You have a whole week of practice. You guys play the Saints. Oh yeah, fuck that. Nah, y'all losing. But give you all your roses now, so that when we beat y'all, you go back down to earth. You come back down to earth.
Dodge played well. You're Atlanta. You're mad because you blew this game. A third string, no, not even a second string quarterback who's basically a third string because he didn't even he got no reps at all. He just there, like you said, with vibes, and you're like, you lost this guy. Taylor Heineke made all the right plays, bro. He made some mistakes. I think he threw an interception, right? Towards like in the fourth quarter. But like if you're him, you're like, damn. You can tell they play much better with Taylor Heineke than Desmond Shitter, which we've been saying, why isn't Heineke in the game? Bijan, what the hell? Like Bijan fans, I won my matchup because Bijan didn't do anything. And it's like Jake London didn't play. Kyle Pitts is basically he's just there. He's just there for vibes. So free him too. But Taylor Heineke, he gets more juice. Like he gets juice. Maybe he's like the next round. Another Ryan Fitzpatrick journeyman vibe where he'll pull up for a couple games, do his thing, and then eventually teams figure him out again, and then he sucks again. But for right now, hey, you score 28, but you lose. That's the thing. And now you're second place in your division. You're like, fuck. And now you go to who they go to this week?
Arizona with Kyler Murray coming back.
Yeah. So that's fun. That's super fun. So it's steadying. If teams lose out or whatever, like they could probably get in the playoffs as like a sneaky 7th seed, but they gotta get it right offensively because defensively, they'll keep you in games, but offensively, they're oftentimes offensive. So for me, it's tough. It's tough. But fuck that. Fuck that. Where my jersey at?
You
I'm
have a
okay.
solo shot, by the way, letting you know.
Yo, you know what the fuck going on, man? Oh shit. I was not worried at all. Never a doubt. Shout out to Nick Wright. Never a doubt. Actually, no, I'm lying. Little doubt. Because we had a slow ass first quarter. Both teams actually, like, it was like a defensive battle in the first quarter, like punt, 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 punt. Then second quarter, that's when we started running the ball. Like, we started getting cute in the first quarter. Like, we could just, nah, bro. Teams like that who have actually, like, Seattle has actually a decent secondary. They have a decent secondary. So you want to get cute and start throwing the ball on first and second. Nah, bro. Like teams like that, you gotta wear them out. And once you wear them out, it's over. It's GG's in the chat. The floodgates is open. 500 yards total, bruh. The two nil downs at the end, 300 yards on the ground, bruh. And people looking at Lamar like his stats isn't like as like glamorous as like a, let's say, CJ Stroud or whoever, Justin Herbert or Mahomes but when if he needs to just hand it off, he only missed on 5 passes. So it's not like we needed him to throw 30 times and get like 250 yards and a couple touchdowns. Nah, we running the rock. Mark Andrews cooks. He's starting to be Mark Andrews that we know and love, right? Zay Flowers, Odell finally got into the end zone on his birthday. We love that. We need more of that. I would love more of that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I love us because I'm trying to say it in a way that like doesn't sound too cocky, but it's gonna come up for me because I'm a fucking Ravens fan. We can play any style you want. If you want us to run the ball on you, we could do that. Keaton Mitchell is just what we needed. The it's giving Zeke and Tony Pollard vibes from last season. But Gus Edwards is better than Zeke, like at that point, because Gus can go, Gus can get it, and get the Gus was getting crazy working the goal line, especially. But that he's not as fast. Keaton Mitchell is a burner, 4-3 burner. So that's what we needed. Justice Hill's cool, the catching back, cool, but we needed someone who can the rock off, change the pace. We needed that without it being Lamar, because Lamar had to do a little bit in the first half. But wow, we started handing the ball off to Gus, handing the ball off to Keaton, and they went crazy. 9 carries, $150, crazy. So, but back to my point, if you want us to play a physical game, we could do that. We could do that. If you try to stop the run and make us pass it, Lamar has shown this season he's accurate. He's making the layups, which a lot of people, even me, criticize. Like he gotta make the layups. He gotta make the easy throws. He's making the easy throws now. Those are like he's 81%. Like, you would have never thought Lamar Jackson would be like in a high 70s% completion. No one would ever think that. But this offense, I'm loving what I'm seeing because it's a blend of not just running the rock. It's not a run of Lamar can do a run pass option. Run is the main priority. Nah, he's actually trying to pass the rock now. People was like, what's the difference between this system and Greg Roman's system? Bro, the scheme is different. The players are different. Zay Flowers, Odell, Bateman, Mark Andrews. He's spreading the wealth all around. and I love it. And I haven't even mentioned the best defense in the league, bruh. I'm gonna always blow the end about the offense, but the defense is holding it down when we have our slow starts, like we had against Arizona, like we had against Seattle. When you get in short fields because three and out opportunity, which leads into the run game, which eventually tires out a defensive character. Bro, Seattle had 150 total yards. They had 20 minutes of possession. We had 40. The game is 60 minutes. It's 60 minutes. No CBS. 60 minutes. You like that bar, Nacho? You like that bar?
I appreciate the bar, man.
Yeah, 60
I
minutes.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yo, we had the ball. We had time of possession for 2/3 of that. No wonder we ran for 300. No wonder the defense suffocating because we keep on scoring in the red zone, which I love. Another great performance in the red zone, capitalizing drives. It doesn't matter if Lamar's throwing no touchdowns. It's okay. He did have a fumble. He got strip sacked, which that was a great play by the defender. That was all him. But then Calvin Van Noy got it right back for us. It's like bro, I'm just happy we're getting the respect we deserve. But for somehow people still think, which rightfully so, that we're just not where we need to be. They gotta see it in the playoffs. We win these next two. We got Cleveland and we got Bengals in the crib. We win these two. Lock up the division. The division is ours. Where we go, if we go 9-2, we're winning. That's the division. That's the division right there.
Yeah,
Undefeated in the division. Gucci.
you're not undefeated in the division. You lost
Oh
to the
no,
Steelers.
well, you lost to Steelers. My man.
Gotta keep you humble, you know, bro.
Gotta give you ground. Gotta give you ground.
I appreciate the bloviating. I'm gonna be quick. Synergy is something that a lot of teams want.
Mm.
They want to be able to win in many different ways. You want to be able to have defense leading to offense and vice versa. Having 40 minutes of solid possession and scoring touchdowns. Because you can have the ball for so long and you just kick field goals that keeps teams in it. That's the difference between you guys and the Chiefs. I'm saying, and I said it, I'm not trying to be. I love Mahomes. And again, I love you to be happy as well. Because obviously, except when you play the Saints, because then fuck you. But I don't know if I'm early. I don't know if it's all the football I've watched, all the Madden I've played, but teams that can win in different ways go far. That's why with Philly, the only downside to Philly, we're going to talk about them is their secondary. Other than that, they don't have. I'm not saying we have to blow people out all the time, because no, Ravens blew out the two NFC, the winners, the leaders of the division, but the Cardinals game was a little close for comfort because of turnovers and dumb shit like that. I'm not saying you have to win every game by 30, but when you can win a game by 30, take advantage and win the game by 30. Like, that's the difference between you guys and the Chiefs. The Chiefs, oh, we hang around, we would blah 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 blah. You know, we win by 7, it's fine. Defense makes a clutch stop. No, from start to finish, dominance. And that's what you want to see from the leader of the AFC. Yes, of course, Nick Wright's a homer. Of course, he's going to say the Chiefs is good because of, again, and this is the thing of the whole is not the sum of its parts. Yes, you have the best quarterback. Yes, you have the best coach. Yes, you have arguably a top 5 defense. But just because individually you have those things doesn't mean those all things melt together seamlessly. Ravens don't have like a top. I mean, John Harbaugh is cool. He ain't like, oh my god, you have a great coach, but not like this level.
It's level. Yeah, it's level.
Right? Lamar Jackson, as much as I love him, as much as we love him, he's an MVP. He's not having his passing stats. But the thing that you mentioned, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be Superman and throw for 400 and something yards and have 5 touchdowns and shit like that just to squeak out wins. CJ Stroud. He doesn't have to have 300 passing yards because, again, what travels? Defense, which always historically know the Ravens will always have a great defense, and a running game. And if you just need Lamar, Mark Andrews to lock in and make a few key third down conversions to keep those drives alive and keep the defense fresh and off the field, bro, then you have teams like Mahomes and teams like Detroit and teams like Seattle who have a high powered offense who can score at will. When they're having to pressure and have, oh my god, we gotta score now because if we don't score now, we're not gonna see the ball again till freaking third quarter. Like that's the type of shit that wins Super Bowls. And you guys have a Super Bowl winning coach, MVP winning quarterback, and a roster that's ready right now. The only thing, and I again gotta keep you humble. The goddamn fumbles by Lamar, bro. I
Yeah.
mentioned this weeks ago, and I haven't had to mention it since. He's not a good quarterback when it comes to taking care of the rock. If you keep dropping the gold, what value you losing value in the gold, man? That's the one thing I say. What I mean, and the receivers similar to the Chiefs. You guys a lot of like there's no like dynamic receiver. OBJ can be if he gets like fully healthy, but there's no receiver threat. Tight ends, boom, fantastic. And you have a better running game. But we can talk all Ravens all we want. Let's go through the rest of these games. The next two, ooh, hope they all right. The next two games gonna be relatively quick. Browns, Cardinals, like third string quarterback Clayton Tune, I think that his guy's name is.
Yeah.
Browns defense ate up. Barbecue chicken alert. They took care of business. Any thoughts?
No, it was I only picked these motherfuckers because it was fade the Browns. Bro, literally, I would have picked the AFC North to win their matchups if I'm not fading them. So we would have had the same record, bro. We would have
Nah,
had the same. Nah, not jacking it. Oh, I
nah.
tried. I tried.
What you did? You would
But,
have. You would have.
I am bullish on the Browns because they're the only defense that can match our defense. Miles Garrett is like he's
Go about
playing.
Pittsburgh. What Pittsburgh defense can't match you guys?
Nah, they're more opportunistic. They're not like imposing their will. Like, nah. Miles
Okay.
Garrett is a fucking freak, bro. Like that dude's. I was talking about this shit with coworkers today because she's a Browns fan. Bro, this dude is ripped, bro. Nah, I'll give it to Steelers. I do give it to Steelers. They've been defense by carrying, but Browns, Cooper and Watson, I like that. I do like that a lot. If anybody could be a scary out, it would be them because of the defense and the running game. Just like us. Just like us. And then now it's just all the matters of how Watson is mentally that week. Because if he's locked in, then he could at times show flashes of his past self. When he's not locked in mentally, he just fades into the background, like side character C.
Mm.
So he gotta lock in mentally, and sky's the limit for that team because I keep saying they're a wild card. Like they're literally in the wild card, but they are a wild card because you don't know what kind of team you get. You'll get a team that blips against fucking who they played, who they lost to.
Who Cleveland?
Yeah, who I like
Seattle. Yeah.
yeah, you get a team like that where like I'm granted it was PJ Walker and he's a journeyman for a reason, whatever. But like you should have won that game and you make mistakes, but then you get games like this against weaker competition. Yeah, all right, you feast. So they gotta be consistent, but they're always gonna be in it because of their defense. Now, love is ass, but a win is a win. 20-3.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's all you can say. Like I think if Matt Stafford plays, that game is totally different because Aaron Donald and that defense was giving them opportunities a lot, but they just couldn't get. Brett Rippon couldn't do anything, and I'm like, where the hell Stetson Bennett? I'm like, bro, like I'll put the rook in to see what he could do at least, but
He got waived. I don't think he's on the team.
you get waived. That's how you know you trash.
Well,
College,
Brett Rippon got waived. They signed Carson Wentz today.
bro, it's weird. If Carson Wentz was there, I think they had a better chance. Because the Packers defense is all right, but they're not like world beaters. And it's just like Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua. I know, just like, yo, Matt, come back. Baby, come back. You're the only one for me. So, but Packers, they won, I guess. It's not really impressive. They're not making the playoffs at all. So,
I got nothing else. Packers suck. Rams suck. That's fine, bro.
talk
Whoo!
you name dropped them. Talk your shit.
All I gotta say is this: fuck the Bucks. Word. Nah. Okay, so I did name drop him. Okay,
Did name drop.
So I name dropped him because it's saying he had to be fantastic, and there's no real descripting word I can use except for legendary. CJ Stroud was amazing against the Bucks defense on Sunday. He's the first rookie quarterback since Andrew Luck to throw for, I think, 400 plus yards. He's the first to throw for 5 touchdowns. Damn. Just damn. And you have teams, oh, he's not good because every player takes like the cognitive test thing to make sure that they know what's like life and shit like that. Lamar didn't do so hot on that test either, but look at that, he's an MVP and like leading a team that's like almost winning the playoffs. Like, so what does it matter? Like, he knows football. That's it. CJ Stroud and a bunch of Dylan Schultz is a solid like tight end. So you have a bunch of B plus guys. There's no Devontae Adams, there's no Tyreek Hill, there's no like star on that team, and that's exactly what that Texans is. Texans have a fantastic coach, D'Amico Ryans, who they bounce back heavily against the Bucks because they were like, oh, you're thinking, they lose to the Panthers. They're not a good team. They don't have they can't be frisky. But lo and behold, they took care of business. And the defense, though, I do gotta say, because we said in the smokes the Baker pack, Baker Mayfield had a pretty good game against it. So the defense has to start locking in. Will Anderson, haven't heard anything from you. Defensively, you're supposed to be like one of the best defensive linemen of all time, like from Alabama. I know defensive linemen take a little bit of time, but Jalen Carter is dominating for Philly. We just wish you did something too. Defense has to get fixed. But other than that, I got Texans, man. And they play the Bengals this week. Spoiler alert. Upset alert. I'm picking the Texans tomorrow. We're going to talk more about going to get deep into the details. But, man, I do love what CJ Stroud is doing. I name dropped him earlier because of this. You can't have a quarterback go for 450, 5 touchdowns, and be awesome, but have to only win by 2 points. Also, freaking gotta give this credit to shout out to the running back, Dare Ogunbowale. Bro, my boy came in and kicked the field goal and made it. I was like, oh shit. Also, I'm kind of mad because if the Texans would have kicked it or went for 2 and got it, they would have covered.
Yeah.
And that they didn't because I was so mad on that part. But yeah, I'm happy for the Texans, man. They take care of business. Oh, it took the entire game, but that's the kind of thing you want from a rookie quarterback. That's a from a quarterback, period. Like, screw the rookie moniker. This guy is legit. And I'm not trying to say he's top 5 already, but based off it's like, yo, this guy, he took the L last week. He learned from it. He bounced back in a big way. And for the Bucks, oh, that Baker pack hitting nice because y'all are 3-1. Oh my God, we 3-1. We were in the NFC South, and I think you've lost 4 straight. So fuck y'all. Word.
When they do it, it's probably not do it.
Here, I know, but fuck y'all. Word. Yeah, it's lost 4 straight, and that's and they play the Titans this week. And if their defense, their secondary can't, like, they're gonna let D Hop and Will Levis turn to Randy Moss and Tom Brady. Like, it's gonna be a bad sight if they can't get that secondary to look to act right.
Mm-hmm.
That is all.
That is all. If you're the fucking Bucks, you're tight.
As you have people in the background.
I got people in the background. But yeah,
Why are they tight, Shabazz?
because just the best offensive performance Baker's had in years. Rashad White got in the insult twice. The Texans lost their kicker, so they're not kicking extra points. They're not kicking field goals. That's opportunities, extra points that they had that they lost, and you still lose the game. You score with 46 seconds left, and your defense doesn't get a stop. You get carved up like Swiss cheese by CJ Stroud, a rookie, and he just cooks. And you're just mad because 46 seconds. That's not enough. That's not enough. You allow 470 yards passing, over 500 total yards with 5 touchdowns. Shit, crazy. Like that's why if you're the Bucks, you're tight. You scored 37. You think, oh, 37. Gucci. Nah, you lost. If you're the Texans, yo, you frisky. 4-4, calm, 500. I think this they just won as many games this week.
They won more games because they only won 3 last year. They won more games.
You already beat your season total last year. So if that's not improvement, that's I don't know what it is. And you're still alive in the playoffs. If any of these teams above y'all fall out and you keep sneaking up wins, like if you beat Cincinnati, which we both got that happening, you upset Cincinnati, then bam, you're right there. We beat Cleveland, they're out, y'all in. It's like this game, we're officially in the second half of the season now. Teams kind of know who they are. If you could win like that, then you're good. The thing that gets me so mad about CJ, cover the rock, CJ, it's where was this against the Panthers when you gotta have it, you're all for bye, but you shrink against the Panthers. Now we both can agree that the Panthers defense is stingy for sure. Brian Burns leading the way there, but the the Panthers aren't a good team, and you lose to them, but you can drop 39, 40. Let's say 40 plus because I think if Fairbairn's in there, they make those extra points and they don't go for 2. So you drop 40, so that the inconsistency is there. Which gets me so now mad because freaking now everyone's like, oh, they're on the CJ Stroud hype train. But we just don't. I don't forget things. I don't forget a week, like 2 weeks ago, you sold the bag against Atlanta. You sold the bag. God damn it!
You sold the bag against Atlanta. Sold the bag against
Atlanta. You sold the game against the Panthers, and you barely squeaked out the victory against the Saints. But yeah, you want to throw fucking 400 yards and shit. So like, if this is the way you're gonna be, throwing 250 plus or 200 plus and a couple touchdowns, getting your weapons involved, which I love to see. I got Dalton Schultz in a couple of my leagues. I'm glad he's getting involved. Nico Collins, Dow. Cool. I'm with that. But I'm not gonna forget the previous month you had. You was playing some bad football. So you're in the second half of your rookie year now. This is what we need to see. Not 470, don't break your record again, but another good performance, especially this week because you're gonna need it. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but you're gonna need it against a title contender that people will be claiming in Cincinnati. But speaking of Baker, baby Baker, Sam Howell, he won against Mac Jones, and both. If this was a game that both teams deserved to lose, was last week against with Giants and Jets, and then this one because I love Eric Bieniemy. I love him a lot. But Sam Howell is trash. And Jonathan Allen is saying, "Oh, this is our franchise quarterback." My man, if y'all could get a high enough pick to get Shador Sanders or whoever, Bo Nix or Michael Penix or whatever, you're gonna take that guy over Sam Howell. Absolutely. So don't say he's a franchise quarterback. Don't say that.
He's gotta say that though.
He doesn't have to say. He can say, "Oh, he's helping us win games." There's language that you can use that have innuendos. Like you don't have to say, "Oh, he's our franchise quarterback 5 to 10 years." Nah, bruh. That's not being realistic. Now, granted, I'm not in the league. I've never been in the league, but so I don't know the relationship between players in the league because they're like, "Oh, this is my like you're in the trenches together. This is my brother. I'm gonna rock with my brother." I'm 100% with that. Michael Parsons does that all the time for Dak. I'm with that for sure. But you barely won against the Patriots. You barely won. Mac Jones is trash. Sam Howell threw a pick in the end zone, bruh. Like I don't watch games, bruh. I don't. I look at highlights after. I'll keep it full transparent. I don't watch games. I watch red zone. And if I'm seeing you turning the rock over in the red zone, it's problems, bruh. Terry McLaurin ain't do nothing. That's your best player. Get him the rock. Defense was motivated. Now, was that because of you playing the Patriots with Mac Jones, or you traded Montez Sweat and Chase Young, your two standouts, and now you got other people who have opportunities? I think I'm leaning towards the latter, but with a mix of the former, because Mac Jones is trash, but like they played inspired football, which you love to see. But come on, son. Mac is whack. They're gonna get a new quarterback and they're gonna take Josh McDaniels back as an OC and then get their next guy and whatever happens.
Yeah, what's crazy about that too is that like they also thinking about firing like Bill Belichick too. Like if they go to Germany, like when they go to Germany this Sunday and they lose,
they will lose.
They might not lose.
They're losing, right?
They might not lose. Anyway, they're thinking about, hey, when they're in Germany and they lose, they're gonna come back and they fire Bill. I'm like, whoa, we can't be firing Bill middle of the season type shit. Now after the season, who knows? But they officially have the worst record in the AFC. Mac Jones is ass. And all in all, I don't know. And for the Commanders, it's just like you thought they would be bad with the fire sale that they did in terms of Chase Young and Montez Sweat, but they were able to like still generate pressure. But is that just that new guy feeling, hey, guys getting a chance to do stuff that they didn't get a chance, or is that just because the Patriots freaking suck? Also, I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm on my bed, so sorry. I'm sinking lower and lower. But now enough of the bull shit. Let me talk my talk as Shabazz, deals with his little roommate situation. Firstly, Saints win. I ain't gonna lie. I can't say never a doubt. I can't do the old we was here. I'm over in my chair. Nah, I was nervous as shit. I'm watching the game at my Burrows place. Shout out to Corbett. That's my guy. Oh man. Bro, I was so nervous. Boom. So we can't stop the run. More accurately, we can't stop scrambling quarterbacks. If you can scramble, you're gonna have a big day against us. If you a stationary target, traditional I formation, run it up the middle or off to the sides, we got you. It's when we play a whole lot of man coverage and we don't get home. So what does that mean? We send 4 and we don't have talented pass rushers to generate pressure. We're like almost sacks. Oh, we almost got you, but we don't get home, right? So we have almost sacks, and then everyone's busting their ass playing coverage. The quarterback's, oh, I see a lane. I'm running. Tyson Badger had like 100 and something yards rushing. Like, I'm like, bro, if they had Justin Fields, we probably would have lost. So they also probably wouldn't be 2-7 now. But still, I'm like, bro, there ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. But Saints took care of business. We generate 5 turnovers. 5 of them things. 5 fingers in the face. I got no qualm. The defense is gonna figure out. We always start. I said this. Oh my god, I said this before. And I said it again. Our first half defense is ass, but our second half defense, woo, second half defense is something special, man. Something special, and our offense. Hey, Taysom Hill, he's like historically the first guy ever to have like 10 passing touchdowns, 10 rushing, 10 receiving since like the 1950s. So Taysom Hill is one of the ultimate weapons. I sucks that he couldn't like again. Kamara didn't have to do. It's kind of we talk about Lamar. Oh, he doesn't have to do the stats. He doesn't get into it. Like, Kamara didn't have to do much, and that's good. We don't have to dump it to him 9, 10 times a game and try to have him cook something. Like it's good that he just had to just be a running back and run the ball, block. Derek Carr, no turnovers, no sacks. That's all I can, bro. Like as much as Saints fans are like, oh, it's the Bears, we should blow them out. It's the NFL, man. Like now, it is unfortunate that after we get 5 turnovers, we only generate I think 10 points off of those turnovers. But again, it is what it is. We had the ball from all four, a lot of possessions in the fourth quarter came, and we were like in Bears territory. So this game should have been way more. Should have been like 40 something to 17. But it wasn't. But at the end of the day, we win. We play to win the game. We lead the NFC South because every other team lost. We take care of business. All we gotta do is stack wins. Whether chips fall where they may. But again, I say this before, I say it again. Don't turn the ball over. We were good on that. This is like the first time we didn't turn the ball over like all season, which is insane to think. Don't get any sacks. Don't have Derek Carr scrambling, trying to do something special. No, just block for him and our offensive line, perfection. Get Taysom Hill the ball. It sucks that we have to generate a running game with the quarterback / tight end / weapon, and we can't just traditionally run the ball. And it's a shame. But we scored touchdowns, right? We did get 3 touchdowns, and it all came on like long drives. We didn't stall in the red zone. Like there's nothing I can say. I just wish it was it was too close for comfort for a while, but the defense clamped up, locked in.
Yep.
Before I tweaked out, we survived, and we survived and Survivor. And boom. That's all I really can say. There's nothing else I can say that's like, we won. And in this league, you don't get style points for winning. This isn't college where there's a committee that's like, oh, you have to win a certain type of way to get into the playoffs. No, you win by 1 point, by 2 points, by 50. A win's a win. All wins are treated equal. So, as long as you win, I got no qualms.
285 people left in the pool, man. You got this, brother. You got this.
And next week, so I'm stuck between picking Dallas against the Giants. Oh, we're going to talk about them in a couple of games. Or picking the Steelers against the Packers. The Packers freaking blow. Another thing that I'm considering is potential Cardinals over Falcons, just because it's like that Kyler Murray coming back and but he's rusty as shit, hasn't played in like a year. So again, whole lot. We'll talk about that tomorrow as I finalize my pick. It's probably gonna be Dallas, but we'll get in there.
Gotta be safe, brother. Gotta be safe.
No, gotta be safe. But mad people gonna pick them too. But hey, I don't care about mad people. I care about myself. But this is the type of shit the Cowboys would be the type to lose against Tommy DeVito, Tommy Jones, whoever the fuck his name is. Real quick. Oh, did you have anything to add to the Saints game? Sorry.
No, yeah. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, if y'all could play like this every week, with a little bit more touchdown, like one more touchdown here and there, you guys will be the team that we both think you guys can be. And like you guys, like honestly, because like Atlanta's in shambles right now, the Bucks are in shambles, and the Panthers are the Panthers. So you guys can run away with the division and say kiss my ass to Nick Wright for doubting y'all in the first place. So for me, wait, go Saints.
Right.
Did the Panthers choose the wrong guy, bro? They test scores aren't everything. That's the key here. Just because someone's a good test taker does not mean they are smart.
Vice versa. Just because they
Just
suck at
because,
taking tests does not mean they're not smart.
indeed. We are living proof of that. We are academically smart, but we can be dumbass motherfuckers sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Some decisions we make aren't the best ones. You know what I'm saying? But we're working on those things. And some people who drop out of high school end up being CEOs and multi-billion-dollar. Like education or being able to take a test doesn't equate to anything. The Panthers chose Bryce Young because he scored so high on that Wonderlic test, whatever. But he's overwhelmed, bruh. He's overwhelmed. I knew the Colts were gonna win, but I know it's gonna be like that. And to be fair, the defense only technically allowed 13. But when you throw 2 pick-sixes on back-to-back, pretty much back-to-back jobs to the same guy, that's 14 points you can't give back. You can't. Your offense is trying, and they're making strides. I think next year they'll be better with free agency. You get a number one or the wide receiver one for Bryce, and you get another running back, and you show up their offensive line. Sure, but for right now, you're just trying to get him the reps. We always say Payne Manning had a horrible rookie year. I'm not saying Bryce Young's gonna be Payne, but hey, if you look hindsight being that, Payne had a terrible rookie year. Trevor Lawrence had a terrible rookie year. Josh Allen, terrible rookie year. Patrick Mahomes didn't even play to the last game of his rookie year. Right. Joe Burrow.
The thing about those is they showed flashes, though. They showed flashes
Bryce
of
not showing flashes. You're absolutely right.
Like Bryce Young, like you say, you don't usually watch Red Zone. How many times have you seen Panthers on Red Zone?
None. Rarely.
Why? Because they freaking suck, bro. Again, the defense is legit. I'm always gonna tip my cap to the defense. Because again, you only said they only allowed 13 points, right? But again, when Bryce Young, I'm like, yeah, when you're so focused on accolades and Wonderlic tests without actually watching the better player, like I watched the play, bro. CJ Stroud balled. They should have beat Georgia and almost won. They would have won the title last year. They would have, because they would have smoked TCU as well. But bro, they lost over like a walk-off field goal. The Horned Frogs were. They lost over a walk-off field goal to Georgia, and on like New Year's, like 3, 2, 1, and then like the kick happens, and it basically goes in. First memory of 2023. But it's like CJ Stroud is a baller. He's been a baller since college, and when you have and this is what I like. They say, "Oh, Ohio State quarterbacks aren't necessarily good." Recent history for Alabama, Jalen Hurts, Tua, they're great quarterbacks. But when you don't have 5-star receivers everywhere in the field, well, you're saying Tua is not a good quarterback? You're saying Jalen Hurts?
You said great. You said great.
They're not good. They're not great.
Jalen, yes. Tua, no. You have
the Ravens glasses on, so
no,
of course
he is not a great quarterback.
Great? So
you said great.
Time out. So okay, Panthers suck. Okay, cool. Colts win. Yeah, let's have a conversation right now. Name the quarterbacks, and again, great. Okay, great is like is he top 10? Yes or no? If you say no, I was gonna say we would have to have a good conversation about who is top 10. It's live in the air. Who's better than Tua right now? Go.
Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Allen, Hurts, Dak. Trying to think who else. Jared Goff.
What?
Yes.
Jared. Okay.
And then I would say too, like he's right there, 7, 8.
You got 8. You forgot Herbert, by the way, but okay.
Oh, Herbert. Oh yeah, Buffalo Herbert for sure. Yeah, Herbert. So that's 8-9.
Jared Goff.
You can say golf or two. Wait, that's 8-9. Okay.
Jared Goff is better than Tua.
Wow. Bro, you give Jared Goff to Tyreek.
Okay, again, and this is what I was talking about with the CJ Stroud, Bryce Young comp, right? Bryce Young had Alabama receivers, and again, Alabama receivers, running back, O-line, a perfect situation. And they didn't win the title. Why? Because the defense for Georgia was balls deep. Pause. CJ Stroud has just equivalent weapons, right? If not better, because he had Olave, he had Marvin Harris, like receiver wise is better than Ohio State, and they were a field goal away from basically making the title and damn near winning the title. So my point is with that comp, right? Bryce Young accolades, he won a Heisman. Oh my god, cool, because he is just a stat collector, right? But sometimes stats are empty calories. Case in point, you know who's second in the league in passing?
CJ Stroud. No, Sam Howell.
It's Sam Howell. And nobody in hell would say Sam Howell is a top 5 quarterback.
Nope.
That right there is the crux of my argument. Not necessarily against Tua. Again, I wasn't trying to say Tua. I would say, okay, fine, good, solid NFL quality starter that you would have on your team if you didn't have Lamar. Right there, like top half of the league would take Tua over their quarterback. I would take Tua over Derek Carr. Obviously.
Wow, really?
Obviously. Yes, of course. Because accuracy matters. And when you're not accurate, especially in the red zone, you're a liability to get picked. But again, that's I don't even care about Tua like that. The fact that you say he's not good is crazy. Not great. It's crazy. It's neither there. Raiders win. More accurate. They win. Exclamation point, question mark. They win? Win. They win. They won against the Giants. This game sucks. Danny Dimes, Danny Jones, Danny DeVito, Tommy DeVito. Raiders are gonna win this game regardless. That first year coach game type shit. Again, I told Corbett that shit too. I was like, bro. He was like, I'm thinking about the Giants. I was like, bro, listen. It's like I got there's no basis to it. It's just the football gods. They reward those who work hard. And if you have a toxic environment, you get rid of that cancer, i.e., Josh McDaniels, bro. They now I'm not saying it wouldn't. They might beat the Jets. I don't know. Oh god, that game sucks. But they took care of business. Josh Jacobs is running with purpose again. Aiden O'Connell didn't have to do much. And that's okay. Because literally the defense and Max Crosby, who like if the team was winning more, I would has a very good shot at being a defensive player of the year, but team is not winning a lot. He is invaluable to that team. Invaluable, bro. Give him all the monies. Any money. I don't know if he's up for an extension. I think he got paid this past offseason. Worth every penny and then some. He played 100% of the snaps. 100% of the snaps on defense, bro. Probably except at towards the very end of the game. But at one point, he played every single snap and was balling. So Raiders win. Giants are disarray. I wish you could get Matt or your other LBs who are Giants fans. You know, where they at? Hold on. Play the clip. Where the clip at?
Vindication!
I said they will be ass this year. I said they will be last this year. And what happened? Where are they at right now? Last. In a bum-ass NFC East. Last. Why? Because you pay Daniel Jones $40 million and you have a backup quarterback who's better than him and Tyrod who got hurt because you have no freaking offensive line because, again, you paid Daniel Jones $40 million. Synergy, my brother. Everything is bound. Everything comes back to bite you in the ass something, right? Everything matters. A full circle. The more you pay one person, the less you can pay other people. Boom. That's it. Giants freaking suck.
Prayers up for Daniel Jones though, towards ACL, out for the year. which is a blessing in disguise. Obviously, you hate to see players go down, of course. Not saying that, but you're not winning. You're not. You're about to get blasted by the Cowboys. Dallas at home is a crazy. Like you're gonna get blasted. But anyway, you're like, yo, we can get the first pick though, because you're in it. You're still in it for the first pick. Caleb Williams in New York. I mean, hey, it's fuck Caleb Williams. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Keep on telling you, Caleb Williams is not it. But yeah,
Don't
people.
tell me that.
No, no, people look at me crazy when I say Caleb Williams ain't shit, bro. Before I even talk about that, he clowned Max Duggan for crying when he lost to the Natty. But then you lose. Basically, you're out of contention now because you lose to Washington, and you crying to your mom. People don't forget things, bro. That's the key of today. No one, if you're watching this, you take nothing out of today. Whenever you watch this video, people do not forget. The internet is forever. Things you say and things you do will come back to bite you in the ass, like you just said, like a minute ago. Caleb Williams is not good. He's a good player. He improvises like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar, and he makes all the plays. But in between the ears, his mindset mentality is not it. He's an ugly personality. He's an ugly, there's something about him that just rubs me the wrong way because he's just not a good guy. He's not. But back to the Giants. Giants, if you get him, it'll be a boom for New York. NFC needs a quarterback. They need quarterbacks and Caleb and Drake May and Shador and go to the NFC. I'm tired of y'all in the AFC. I'm tired of y'all. Already got Burrow, Allen, Mahomes, and Tua, CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, like who also is better than Tua. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Herbert, I got NFC need quarterback, but Giants. You should have probably traded Saquon, got some draft capital. Darren Waller's probably gonna be out for the year. He's on IR now, but if you're not winning games, he's probably not gonna want to come back for that. To get hurt again, nah, just shelf him rest of the season. You already paid him, so like, I mean, Raiders already called it. Now they play the Jets Sunday night. It might become a whole shit. So that first game high and then go crazy. But yeah, now game of the week. Game of the week. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. Return to this. You're funny. Dak played a good game. He played a good game, but the game, as you said, it's a game of inches. Pause. Why is Shoemaker in the game? This is nothing towards him, but Ferguson had been cooking.
Was cooking.
He was cooking, eating for my fantasy team. Thank you, because cooking. Why not giving him the rock? CD had damn near 200. Brandon Cooks was barely involved. Tony Pollard barely involved. Now Eagles have a dominant run defense, which is probably why. But their secondary, like you keep on mentioning, is basura. They were outgained by 100 yards and still won the game. That just goes to show you that they can win ugly. They can make mistakes. They can play sloppy, but at the end of the day, they're like, yo, we're 8-1. We win a couple more. They got some tough games coming up after they bye week. This is their chance to get healthy, to get some synergy back in that defense. And if they can win a couple of these games, and let's say the Cowboys lose a couple, playoffs locked up, division probably locked up next time we play Dallas. That might be for if you win that one, you have like it's all up for the Philadelphia. You're Dallas, yeah, we lost, but they at their crib. They gotta come see us again at AT&T. This is cool. Now you play the Giants, you're like, all right, we got to smack around your little brothers. But people like, oh, Dak sold. Nah, Dak didn't sold. He sold, but the fact that he that was 2 touchdowns that were robbed. Not robbed, but 2 touchdowns that he wish he definitely would have had. And he got body slammed. That was crazy. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Dallas because he's running again. Last year when he's leading the league in interceptions because he's freaking nervous and he's throwing the rock. Nah, this year he's still nervous for sure, but he's running. He's running out of the pocket. He's running, scrambling, getting those extra third downs and third down conversions. He's because clearly Tony Pollard is not a number one running back. Clearly not.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly not. And Colin Cowherd said it. I'm gonna echo the same sentiments. Hey, they low key wish they had kept Zeke because Zeke is the one that he takes those short yard situations, and then the homer hitter in Pollard. That's the guy that's going goals. But yet you got Pollard, but you don't have any other running backs, so you got to run Pollard like 20 times a game. It's tough. It's tough. So you're Eagles, you're hyped. If you're Dallas, you're like, damn, we almost had it. Dak foot is if that foot is in balance, that's a touchdown. If Shoemaker's knees on that, it's a little bit, but you know, I had no doubt Philly was winning that game. Well,
No doubt.
And the way it was looking, bro, it was weird, son.
Mister picked the Cowboys to represent the NFC Super Bowl pick.
Here you go.
You say you don't forget. You never forget, right?
Never forget. You're right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you bastard.
Shit. Oh shit.
No, the Cowboys not a bad pick. I will say this though. I called Eagles to win. Dak had a fantastic game. Jalen Hurts a little bit banged up with his knee, so the bye week came at like the perfect time because they played the Chiefs after the bye on Monday Night Football, which spicy.
That's an E-Rock.
I will say this. There's always a concern for every team. Like, this team has something they're good, but they have something. I've been saying it for weeks. Again, I don't know how long I've been saying this shit. Eagles secondary is basura, is ass. I gotta pull up the stats. Because there's no way. I'm not saying Dak Prescott's not capable of the stats that he pulled up. But bro, my man's was 374 yards, 3 of them things, 3 tutties. CD Lamb, my guy, CD Lamb, 11 for a $191. Woo, that's just sad, bro. Your defense can't do anything, bro. Anything at all. Now, I will say this though, their front 7, fantastic. They got 5 sacks. They were able to get off the field when they needed to. So all them empty calories don't matter. Again, all them stats don't matter unless you're getting into the end zone. So, like Jalen Hurts, a modest 207 and 2 touchdowns. But when everyone's getting involved and everyone's making things happen, like that's all I really can say. Like they didn't have the secondary's ass, but that front 7, Jalen Carter is a menace. Big as shit. And as long as you can run, again, what's traveling? And the Eagles are 8-1. And I've been saying, their schedule gets tough. But they keep winning games. They keep doing it. They don't have to win. They can win however they need to win, like the Ravens. However, what's going to be their downfall is their secondary. If you can hold up long enough against that front 7, Darius Slay is great, but he's not good. But he can't be there. It's not 4 Darius Slays in the secondary. It's just one of them. So, and Kevin Byard, they traded for him, and he hasn't really done anything yet. because again, they still gave up like so many passing yards. More specifically, if you don't include sacks, because sacks will take away QB snacks, they gave up 300 passing yards because 333. So Eagles are good. Secondary, not so much. And Cowboys, again, you misspoke. They went for 2, and that's when Dak stepped out of bounds. But again, semantics, details. Why Shoemaker in the game when Jake Ferguson was going bananas? Who knows? But yeah, just internet. Bengals win Sunday Night Football in another supposedly great game, but turned out to be a dud. It was bad. Bills suck, bro. Like I give Dak Prescott a lot of shit because he has like so much like expectations. But Josh Allen, I think leads the league in picks, bro. He leads the league in picks with Jimmy G. And Jimmy G got benched. That's bad for business, bro. Like really bad to the point where like it's like what are we doing here? Like I love Josh Allen. He has a freakishly like athleticism. He's just a monster, the running game and all that good stuff. But yeah, he leads the league with picks with here's the other 3 people who have 9 picks. Jimmy G, Sam Howell, and Mac Jones. Those are the other 3. That's their company that you're keeping right now. Now again, and this is the 3rd week in a row, or maybe the 4th week in a row. The first 3 quarters, ass. Can't move the ball, can't run the ball, getting off the field, constantly turning the ball over, all that good stuff. Then in the 4th quarter, when it's too little too late, that's when you spark it up and make it be a closer game than it actually is. For the Bengals, I know you probably talk about the Bengals, but I'll talk about the Bills. Again, that's not sustainable. It's not. You got to be able to start fast or at least be consistent. Like, if you're going to score 24 points or 20, let's say 28, right? Getting a touchdown a quarter, most teams will take that. But again, you get a pass because, like, oh my God, you're so dynamic. Oh my God, you have all the weapons. Oh my God, you have a good coach. But at some point, it's kind of like and this is going to be a deep cut that you might be like, you know how Stephen Curry and like the Warriors had Mark Jackson and they were like in the playoffs and they were good, but they weren't like great. They were not like hair. They were not them yet. They fire Mark Jackson. They're like, whoa, why are you firing Mark Jackson? He was a good coach. They get Brady Steve Kerr, and what happens? Like titles and like MVPs and other shit like that. I'm not saying Sean McDermott is not a good coach, but you've been regressing. And the same way with Josh Allen, but they just paid him. Their allegiance is to him, the player, not the coach. So, but they go from an AFC title game where they get destroyed to a close AFC divisional game where they lose in overtime to not a close divisional game at all. And if the playoffs started today, they would not be in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
At some point, something's got to change and something's got to give. So, Bills got to figure it out because, again, their schedule doesn't get easier either.
I'm just disappointed. In low-key Cincinnati, I'm not gonna lie. Because the biggest what if is like, yo, what if Burrow did not play those games? And because like it took him so long to get healthy, and now that he's healthy, now he's like the Joe Burrow that we're accustomed to seeing.
Yeah,
and it's like, why is that the case? Ooh, we're good.
I mean, you see my text, right?
Oh yeah, my fault. Yeah, no, my fault. It was just this shit glitched out for a second.
Oh no,
yeah. Shit like this, you're like, all right, we're accustomed to seeing this. It's fine. The Bills, they can't keep doing this. You can't keep getting away with this, bro. Like,
hey, bro,
dude, like you can't keep starting slow and then 4th quarter want to turn up. Like, you're not Pittsburgh. Your defense is not going to carry you like Pittsburgh's defense carries. Like, Matt Milano being out hurts. Terry White being out hurts. You got Rasul Douglas to kind of offset that first, the second one, but you don't have a linebacker to control the defense. You don't have that. Cincinnati's, you're peaking at the right time. I think they won like 5 straight, whatever. No, I want to say 4 straight.
It's five. It's five because they started 0-3. Then they won. They're 9-5-3. So
Yeah, 5 straight. Now they got a huge test. We'll talk about this tomorrow against Houston, but the city win that. Then they gotta go to Baltimore. Like they still have a hard schedule remaining. So they got the wins. Glad they got their wins. But now it's like, all right, we don't want to peak because now the hard part of the schedule is about to arrive. With Baltimore, with Cleveland again, with Pittsburgh twice. Like they still gotta play the division.
They both gotta play the Chiefs as well.
And both of them gotta play Chiefs and Philly for Buffalo. And they gotta play Miami again. And they gotta play the Jets. So like both teams, it's fortunate that it happened to them. They're both the same record. No, Bills is 5-4. They haven't had their bye yet. But like, bro, it's certain that upset to the Jets, man. It just comes back to bite them. The upset against the Patriots comes back to bite them. Because Miami lost, you had prime position to take first place. But you didn't need this game if you had handled business early in the season. Right. So when they say, like, this is why I love the NFL, because every game matters. You don't think so? Oh, we lost week 1. That's fine. But nah, like, you look at week 9, damn, that game you lost week 1 to the Jets really comes back to bite you in the ass.
Right. The Saints are like 5-4, and we had a 17-point lead to the Packers and lost. Right. We would be 6-3. You know, that shit matters when you're thinking about like the tiebreakers, rankings, and all that shit. Oh, why are you 5-4? You're peaking at the right time, like the Bengals are 5-3. They're peaking at the right time, but damn, they lose to Pittsburgh. They get destroyed by Baltimore. You know, they lose to Cleveland week 1. So it's like, no, they haven't played Pittsburgh yet. I lied. They played another team and got destroyed. Point is, Tennessee, right? Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill of all people. So it's like those wins early on in the season. Yeah, this again, right where they are now is not the team they were in the beginning of the season. But like I said earlier, wins are wins. You get them when you can get them because you start losing. Now, let's say hypothetically, the Bengals and Bills both lose, right? That tiebreaker, who, and they both tie for the same record. Who gets the last playoff spot? Oh, it'll be Cincinnati because they beat you head to head. But we're a better team now. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Point blank period.
Yeah, Allen got to play much better. For Joe Burrow, you're playing well, and keep it going because we got you got tough games coming up. So we keep going like that. Chase, he ain't have his best game, but he don't care as long as you win. Type of shit. Like I'm pretty sure you don't care. But last game, because we gotta go. I'm pretty tired. Return of the Sosa. What is Sosa?
So return the Mac, right? And then Love Sosa.
But Bosa. Okay. Because these bitches love Sosa. Wrong with the Nova. Yeah, bro. I didn't even need the Chargers defense to hold it down because I was already up by so much.
I changed to return to Bosa. Makes more sense.
I didn't need it, but they held it down, bro. They held it down. They punt return touchdown, 3 forced fumble recovery, 6 points allowed,
8 sacks. Yeah,
8 sacks. Like, bro, like at some point you're like, damn, why this shit is on prime time? But on the other end, you're like, yo, like this is their get right. They played the Bears, they played the Jets. Now they're back in the thick of the AFC. Now they play the Lions this week. Coming off a bye for them. So this is gonna be a big test for them. Like, yo, we win this, propel some more wins, and hopefully Kansas City loses to Philly, whatever. So and the division still in grasp, playoff spot. So like they gotta get right. And they needed to. And you're the Jets, you're like, fuck, bro. Like it's hard. Like the silver lining is like Aaron Rodgers throwing passes again. Okay, that's awesome, miraculous. Like I'm happy for the guy, but they should have gotten a quarterback. Carson Wentz was there in the street, not in the street, but in his couch. Josh Dobbs, you could have traded for Josh Dobbs, and Do something. But Zach Wilson is not good. We keep saying that. Moosey, Jason, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Shout out to Bobby, my DHL delivery guy, season ticket holder. Y'all awesome. But your team, your defense can't they can't keep there in the game if your offense isn't scoring points and they're not motivated. Like synergy, the key word is synergy this week. Why do you think the Ravens defense is so good? Because we're capitalizing and holding the ball for like 40 minutes and scoring touchdowns. That motivates your defense. Oh, let's get these guys back to rock. So see what they do again. So like if you're not scoring offensively, your offense is putrid and just terrible, the defense is eventually gonna break. And shout out to Keenan Allen, 10K yards, 10,000 yards, man. Eckler 2 touchdowns, calm. Herbert he didn't need to have the best offensive game because the defense is holding it down. So like the Jets, this season, man, is coming up. They gotta draft offensive line, another receiver, and definitely a quarterback. Because Aaron Rodgers is not gonna be there much longer if he comes back at all. And Zach Wilson is not the answer. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, just echo that last part. That Zach Wilson is like he had some good plays. I want to bet that him not to throw a pick, but there's a lot of throws. I'm like, ooh, why'd you throw that ball? Oh, don't throw that ball. But he won. Oh, at least the bet won. Chargers they gotta figure something out, man. Now I know it's like Chargers offense, Jets defense. Like Jets defense got the better of them. They did because it literally took all them fumbles. Pardon me, I'm exhausted. Sorry, y'all. Just finished strong. Sorry. Anyway, it took all them turnovers and a punt return touchdown for them to basically win this game. Right? I think the Chargers offense in total had like 150 yards, or a little bit, maybe a little bit more than that, but around 150 yards. That's not going to cut it to the upper echelon of the AFC. Baltimore, Kansas City, Miami. Hell yeah, as much as you don't trust Tua, like they beat you head to head. Why? Because the defense sucked early. Now it's kind of weird. Ebbs and flows of the season. The defense is locked in now, but again, all L's are created equal. Like you lost to Miami, right? You lose to Tennessee on the road. Like in every game is a road game for you because you don't have any home fans. So you play the Lions this week. 425 is going to be a fantastic game. But I'm like, ugh. Like Detroit Mafia is going to flock to LA. And it's going to be another Lions home game. Can you guys generate enough consistency from your defense to slow down the Lions? And conversely, can you protect Justin Herbert? Because there was a lot of plays. I don't know if you watched the game, but there was a lot of plays where they only sent 3 people and they got home. There was a lot of plays where they didn't even blitz and they still sacked them. I think they gave up 5 or 6 sacks last night. Like that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Especially when he's still dealing with that broken hand. He looks off. He doesn't look as good as he normally does. And that catch that Keenan Allen made, they had 5 sacks. I apologize. But they had their 5 like the catch that Keenan Allen made was fantastic to get to 10K. But he had to make a crazy ass catch because it was a bad throw. like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You have to be consistent and get those easy layups that Justin Herbert's capable of making. Protect them, lock in, and with that, ladies and gents, that's it. That's week 9 in the books. As Shabazz said, we are officially halfway through the season. This is damn. Time flies, bro.
Bro, AFC North best division in the game. All 4 teams in the playoffs this season and today.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So really quickly, before we head out, I do want to update you guys on the playoffs. Mid-season, right? Here is how the season works out so far. All right, the top 2 seeds in both conferences, Philly and Kansas City, probably could have predicted though, right? And you got Baltimore and Detroit. Detroit 6-2. Who would have known? Who would have thought? Ravens 7-2. Nice.
Loki should
Jags and
be, but
Niners.
it's cool. It's fine.
Jags Niners. They face each other this week. It's gonna be a fantastic game. Jags Niners in Jacksonville. Chef's kiss. Miami falling off a cliff a little bit. They can't beat good teams. Saints gotta lock in, but so far we doing our business. First place in the NFC South, like we predicted. Just didn't. It took a lot to get there. And then for the wild cards, as Shabazz mentioned, all three other teams in the AFC North are in the playoffs. If the playoffs ended today, and then the NFC, meh. Right? They look good. They look the same record, but Vikings with no Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, and Seattle, who I don't have a beat on Seattle. I don't know what to think of Seattle. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. They win games they're not supposed to win. They lose games. They get blown out in games that they're supposed to like be competitive in. And just on the outside looking in, like we said, got Buffalo. We got Texans. Hold on. And then we got the Commanders. Look at that. Literally every team is like above 500 is in the playoffs, and then everybody else who sucks here. And then in the AFC, we got Buffalo. We got teams that are 500. Halfway through
no one's mathematically eliminated yet.
Nobody is yet. So go on runs, stack them wins by 1 point by 50. Wins are wins. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, Natty Baps, that's your Baz. We're going to talk to you guys tomorrow, 8:30. Be there or be there, as the words of Maya. And of course, I hope you live with this.
Vindication.